Today we'll talk about technocracy in strategic planning, and that is chapter 4 in the book of Organizing Strategy. As you know, right, this is I'm doing by chapter, and this is the fourth chapter, and really the third final chapter on the strategy process.
If I may refresh your memory, these are the 3 earlier chapters that we have covered.
In strategic planning, right, we have to have looking into technology, technocracy, or technique that have been used in strategic planning. What do we find in our empirical research of top companies in ASEAN, the top public listed companies within ASEAN region? Well, the key thing, as you expect, right, but then we have validated through data collection and grounded on empirical data, is that of gathering our information, the most important point is gathering of market trends. Even today, right, I think market trend is more intensely been monitored and data been collected on it. Right, so I'm really surprised that the research actually is timeless in a way, because what we found, especially the key attributes, remain the same. In other words, companies are basically very concerned about what product that can easily be sold given our database of companies, of customers. Companies who are our customers, B2B or now B2C. In other words, what are the product that customer would buy now? As you would find, right, so now there's a lot of proposals that have been made that you really don't have to do a product yourself. Just simply find out what is the buying trend, and then tap on that and build on that, and then from there create a business out of that. So we have validated that, and it has been more strongly enhanced today than ever before. Then we have this research on strategic planning in respect of what technique is the most important being utilized in strategic planning. As you would expect, right? It is forecast utilization. In terms of industry growth, especially the interest was then on industry growth and what industry will be growing, and the growth rate, and so on and so forth. And of course here I introduce you my own consulting work in China, and that time I was back in NTU, and there was a company that we met in our survey. I was then doing consultancy for the Swiss company, the firm, and they wanted to find out, whether they should in fact invest in manufacturing facility in China. And that was when I went to Xi'an, and the very first factory, or Singaporean factory down in Xi'an, and we met with the CEO, who actually shares insight how to grow this business across China. It was a fascinating. If there was videotape handphone, then I would have recorded that interview.
In a Sun Tzu way, he would show on the map how his company would expand and the strategy he would take.
So industry growth is a real concern back then, as is of today, except that it took a different shade, a different approach, different implementation approach. Then of course we surveyed and to find out utilization of technique. What is the most used techniques in the part of the process of strategic planning? And as you expect, right, in the public listed company, right, they were very keen about understanding finance, and therefore the major technique being used was on finance.
Back then there isn't technique like AI, but still the focus was on finance.
And of course finance, right, there is all these key approaches, the traditional the modern, right, using this capital budgeting techniques. And from my own consultancy work, I used to work for Klockner as a project manager. I think in the private sector, then they were very much more concerned about payback. Investor key interest is when do I get my money back? But of course, then you can then work out simple average rate of return vis-a-vis putting in the bank. But then the primary concern of investors in the real world is on getting the money back. However, I suppose in probably it's a company that was interested beyond just payback. They were interested in net present value, internal rate of return, and then of course on profitability index. But finance was a major feature of techniques being used, being utilized. Then in terms of mapping of strategies, what do I mean by mapping? In other words, what kind of strategies do companies actually map out? What were they concerned about? And you'll find market strategies, mapping of market strategies was given primary focus, then followed by finance aspect. So the two interact together, interactively, market and then finance. And of course, both are linked. You can see the linkage there, right? Mainly with money. They want to make more money. And money underlies the working of this listed company. As you expect, because at the end of the year, there is this annual meeting, and therefore they have to show the account, they have to show how they perform. And I used to say, right, you never miss that part. In the schools, you have to go for examinations, and at the end of the year, they tell you your report book and annual report. And there's this for corporate company, for all CEO, they also have the report book. The report book is the annual report, and the measurement is all in monetary terms. And maybe I think given the current situation, I think there should be a bit more emphasis on humanity. There should be real genuine, not the PR type of concern, right? But real genuine concern about human values, humanity in general. Getting back to the work that we have been doing, and one of the key questions we asked was, well, the functional plan, which are the most important functional plan that have been worked out and planned, operated and maintained and monitored. And of course, as you expect, given what I said earlier, is a consistent pattern, and that is financial plan that was always work. And of course, you expect that because all companies employ accountants, chartered accountants, and I've been an accountant myself, right? That would naturally be the company cannot operate without a budget and a financial plan. And then there is also, besides the financial plan, the operational plan that supports it. So financial plan, you have the operational plan that's supporting the financial plan. And of course, you'll find, right, this research that in today's world, you probably even be more important to be financially, right, company to be sound financially. And of course, in this world of COVID-19, where everything goes stillness, you find government got inject funds in order to keep companies alive, right? And this is a very interesting question. Managing in a still economy, when the economy becomes still, what happens? I just continue, right? We have this. We ask company, what ratios do you monitor? What sort of monitoring from our earlier Chapter 3, we know that monitoring to be very important. And what the ratios we monitor? What indicators do companies really are very focused on? A given earlier trend of discussion, it is sales growth. Companies in ASEAN at that time were very much concerned with the growth of sales and how, therefore, to, right, as I put in this graphic that you'll see, right, is how to push up the sales, how to get sales going, how to enhance the sales. I suppose then the KPI must be in sales growth. Good. To wrap up this simple chapter 4 on technocracy, I have a home assignment for you. And this home assignment It's very simple. It's really to look at it and then to explain the interconnections between what we are just discussing.
You may want to choose the diagram on the right, which shows analytical sort-type planning to be related to a wider range of ratios being monitored.
It's very important that after every lecture I've given you that you do some reflective thinking. The whole idea of strategy is in the thinking, is in the mind. Thank you so much.